everybody. I'm Katy. Nice. I want to say it's really quite an honor to be here tonight and to be invited to talk about, my journey or my experience. Very shortly, I'm a nurse. I'm a naturopath. That's my medical background. I do holistic kind of therapy. On the other hand, I have a sports background. I'm an aerobic instructor. And you might have thought I have used to be a salsa instructor as well. I've been dancing for 15 years now around. I started off with Cuban style, almost like probably every woman did. And then later on, I experienced and found the mambo style. And since I had this teaching background already, I got asked to be, if I would like to teach. And that's why I became a salsa instructor. And I always liked the idea of giving students the opportunity from the beginning to maybe teach them about what it means to have passion. Passion from the beginning, from the first step, no matter where you're at and which level you are, but maybe to have it even though if you're a total beginner. And how does it, or what is it, if somebody's like, what you talk about passion, yeah? I want to tell you, I looked it up on Wikipedia. Wikipedia says it's a term applied to a very strong feeling about a person or thing. Passion is an intense emotion, compelling feeling, enthusiasm, or desire for something. Yeah, it describes really pretty well. And then it says passion as a motivation for hobbies. Hobbies require a certain level of passion in order to continue engaging in the hobby. Singers, athletes, dancers, artists, and many others describe their emotion for their hobby as passion. Although it might be the emotion they're feeling, passion is serving as a motivation for them to continue their hobby. So what basically saying is that passion is a feeling. Yeah? And probably if I asked any one of you, probably would say, yeah, passion is emotion, it's a feeling. Yeah? And everybody probably would have a little different, prescription for it. But in the end, everybody would say, okay, it's a feeling, and there's supposed to be motivation. Okay, so what does it mean? And now I want to tell you a little story about, what concerned me when it come up to this subject, passion. And this story probably relates, a lot of people can relate to this. I started off a student as well, even though I became a teacher later, but then I was in a wonderful school, and I had an amazing teacher, like you guys have an amazing teacher, and you see dancers, and then you have all these levels, and then the beginners look at the intermediate looking at the advanced, and you look at each other and you're amazed. But then you're thinking, you go back home, or maybe after a night you're thinking, I don't know, I didn't understand everything they were talking about feeling it. Or I don't look like that person I looked at that night. If I look in the mirror now, I don't look like that one. So what they tell you is like, you need to get more experience. So why don't you go to other schools? Why don't you go to other schools? You have amazing teachers again. Yeah, but then you always have this feeling like, I don't know. Still, if I look in the mirror, or maybe when I dance with partner, or even when I listen to music, I don't know, it's not there yet. So what they tell you you need to go to congresses. You see all those amazing, famous people, Frankie Martinez, Eddie Torres, all of them, and you look at them and then wow. You think like, oh my God, how am I supposed to get there? But they talk about passion as well. I remember a good workshop by Frankie Martinez, talking about music and passion, and I was amazed because he was basically really breaking it down, but I didn't feel it. My journey, I was already teaching, assistant, and I was getting better, but something was missing. And then, of course, you get a step further. They tell you about do lady styling, man styling, body movement. You need to experience your body more. You need to go, and this is how you develop your skills, and this is when you find passion, yeah? And then you do all this, and you still sometimes, I don't know, you're ending up not really feeling it, and you wonder why. And then I tell you my personal journey or my personal experience, what I think could help to actually find passion, not just in the long term, but maybe from the beginning. I wish somebody had told me. And I think the first thing is,
First of all, be focused on yourself. You get all the input from the outside. You look at those amazing dancers, amazing teachers, and this is good. Of course, you need this to improve, but in the end, it needs to suit you. It needs to be your style. It needs to be you. So what that means is actually free yourself. Free yourself. Become and remember who you are. And as a woman, I remember that I was taught a lot of times you need to be a woman on the dance floor, especially, talking in Germany, men and women, there's a different subject, but being a woman on the dance floor, all of a sudden they say, be a woman. Be a woman, what you talk about? Be a man. And when you talk about this, it's not just the styling kind of thing, it's also the leading skill. Men get told, hey, you need to lead in a proper way, you need to be a man, and women, you need to follow. You need to know when to be loose and when to, give the tension. And it's all come to this, that in the end, you need really to come back to yourself. All the input from the outside, leave this out for a while. Come back to yourself, remember what makes you actually experience salsa in the first place. That you maybe, like the music, you like to look at people, you like just the friends, the atmosphere. But in the end, it's really quite a journey coming back to yourself and free yourself. And while you're freeing yourself, then you can remember also, I'm a woman, I'm supposed to be a woman, and what it means to be a woman and a man. So I think the first step, and I can really talk from experience, was to come back to myself, knowing what does suits me, who am I when I'm listening to music, when I'm on a dance floor, when I'm connecting with a partner. And I think the second thing is to find passion is that the journey and the love of dancing in a couple, with the guy, with the woman. It's like being in a relationship. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it fits, sometimes not, of course. But in the end, while you're on the dance floor, you're connecting with somebody. And then there is always, this little journey about how to figure out how does the other person feel. Is that, is that soft leader or soft follower? Is that about, being more serious or being flirty or being, more, having more fun on the dance floor? What is it all about? The connection with their partner. And feeling this, and really, really enjoying this kind of, relationship with each other on a dance floor. And I think the third one is, and I can just agree, and what Jamal said about the music itself. It's just a, nice thing to think about is when he describes it so well, how what music means for me and for him, and for me it's the same thing. That I can say every time I listen to it, I got taught, I remember, about structure and the beat and stuff. Of course, you need to know that. It's foundation. But after a while, it's nice to free yourself as well. Just like you said, just listen to it. What does it tell you? And then maybe adapt to it. Because there's sometimes a playful part. There's sometimes, a part where you just actually don't do any steps. Just, from back to right, back to right. And then, you can actually feel something as well. And I think those three things, coming back to yourself, really knowing who you are, what suits you, free yourself, totally being whatever you want on the dance floor. Because to be honest, how many of you, especially the beginners, and I to speak from the same way, how sometimes look, while you're even dancing, look at others, like what they're doing. Or, or even thinking like, I think I should do this, what he's doing, or being intimidated sometimes, like, oh Lord, I don't even want to talk, dance no more because the advanced guy, can he not dance over there? Or, sometimes, and see, this is also this journey to free yourself so much, no matter which level you're on, and not let that bother you in any kind of way. Yeah, and then this couple thing. The second thing is to partner up, enjoy it, this whatever there's going on between partners. Of course, sometimes it does not work that well, but that's all right. Always make the best out of it, because you're all lovely people, and so long you couple up, you can have fun right there. And then the third one, the music. And I believe, and this is now a psychological term, once you maybe experience those three things, no matter in which order or whatever, all play together, you maybe experience something what's called the flow. And maybe people heard about this already. It's also called being in the present or being on fire, whatever. And I want to read this to you real quick, what it means. The flow is a mental state of operation in which a person performing an activity is full immersed in a feeling of energized focus, full involvement and enjoyment in the process of the activity. In essence, flow is characterized by complete absorption in what one does. So basically what it means is that you're totally aware in 1 minute what you do. You lost in everything. You're aware of who you are. You're aware that you're dancing with somebody and also aware of the music, but you're not thinking anything. You're floating with all those three things. And it's called the flow, and it's really a term which is a lot of athletes talk about this, runners talk about it, and after a run for a while, they are in the flow and it's energizing them. And I hope that maybe tonight and talking about it, because as you can tell, it's really something what really touches me in my journey, and I'm kind of glad because I once lost it in between, and I had to take a little bit of a break, and I had to kind of take it easy for a while, even though Salsa was always there, but I needed this break to come back to this point where I can feel it again and have passion again. And I hope that tonight, maybe, if you think about it, you're on the dance floor, and you maybe lose yourself, and not think about anybody around you, and really have fun, and you connect with your partner, whatever is going on, and you feel the music. Hopefully the music will be so amazed that you, no matter what, you're losing yourself, you will be in this flow, be energized. And as a naturopath, I always say it will make you happy. And I really hope for you guys that this is going to happen tonight, and this is actually basically it. And I know it's probably not 30 minutes, but I'm done.